Hey there, Jessica Peterson here. I spoke with Susan earlier and she thought you should be the best one to receive this video. And I'm super excited she accepted it for you because today I'm going to go over a few strategies you guys can start using right away, and it's going to make a big difference for your business. Currently you're getting about 300 people on average to your website. Majority of that traffic is based on your brand name and a couple Denver keywords, but you are missing the boat on majority of your services and the areas that you serve. So you're missing out on tons of potential jobs, 60 to 70% of the jobs, in fact, by just not having these strategies in place, okay? So I know this can help you because we've done it with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys throughout the U.S., and it's made a huge impact. So please feel free to take this information, run with it, apply it yourself, and start today and start driving that traffic and helping more people. But if you'd rather have a partner in growth to help you along the way, give us a call at Peterson SEO, because this is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. But either way, please take these strategies and apply them because it's going to make a huge difference for you guys, okay? So today we're going to talk three main things. We're going to talk about your content keyword strategy, citations, and then your backlinks, okay? So we are here on your website, obviously, right? Now, Google does not rank websites based on appearance. It is based on content. So our website has to have the right type of content, okay? We have to have the separate pages for each of the major services, which it looks like you guys do have. And it also looks like you do have the separate pages for water damage in all of these areas, okay? Which is also great. However, if you look on these pages, there's really no keyword strategy. It's just pretty generic information. And we used to get away with just having a single page for one of our locations. But over the 18 months, 2 years or so, all the Google algorithm changes, Google does not want us combining services on pages besides the home page. So we have to have a separate page in every location for all of our services. If you want people in those areas, if you're servicing all your services in all areas, okay? If you're only doing water damage in all these areas, then this would be okay. But you would still have to optimize it with the right content keyword strategy, okay? Now, let's see what we got going on here. So I don't see a form here up top. When you're getting people to your site, you want them to convert, right? So in order to get more conversions, you need to have the click to call and a form up top. That's going to help you quite a bit with your conversion ratio. Now, as we're talking about content being key, this is how Google is going to rank you. So content comes in forms of videos. It also comes in images, right? Do we have any images here? I'm not really seeing any images on your home page. Interesting. Okay. Well, you want your images throughout your website to be saved with those local keywords. So that's going to be like Denver water damage restoration Denver. Okay. There's multiple variations of keywords you want to capitalize on so that you get the most possible volume to your website. And then all of this written content throughout your home page and main service pages needs to be built around the same area and service. So if you're based out of Denver, your home page and all these service pages should be based Denver service, okay? And so 99% of people, when they're searching online for your services, they don't know who you are, so they're not going to be searching your brand name. They are searching the service. So that's why we have to focus on the local keywords for those services and capitalize on the variations. Your homepage is the most important page of your entire website, and it does have to have a lot of content And you do have a good amount of content, which is good. It's pretty much reads like a book. There's not really much segmentation to kind of break this up and make it easier for your visitors, but it's good that you have the content. And we need to make sure that you have at least 1,500 words of content on this home page, because it is the most important page of your website that ties every other page of your website together in a nice little bow, so Google understands who you are, services you offer, and where you offer the services. Okay, Google is sending crawlers to your site, which are like mini robots, and it goes through everything, all your videos, images, and written content, to try and understand what type of services you offer, and where you offer those services. And so if the right type of content's not here, you don't have a keyword strategy, Google doesn't know where you serve, they can't index you for the keywords that need to be indexed, and so it's impossible for Google to send you the customers where they need to be going, okay? So you definitely have to work on your content keyword strategy, and if your competition has 1,500 words on the home page, you need to have 1,800 or 2,000. We always have to have more than our competitors are doing, okay, if we want to outrank them and get that traffic. Now, the top organic competitor that you have is ServPro here in Denver. And yes, they're a franchise, but they are beatable. Okay, you're not competing against the entire franchise, only the locations near you, and these are franchisees. So they're not allowed to modify this information. They get what they've been given. And so they're at a disadvantage, and you can take advantage of that. All you have to do is better than they're doing. That means writing better quality content, focus on those local keywords, having more of the content, more pages, more of the long form blogs, etc. And the long form blogs added every month is just more fresh content, which Google loves and helps you guys out. Okay, so definitely need the content keyword strategy dialed in for you guys. And so as we know, your customer does a search like this. Now there's generally 3 different areas your business could show up and have good positioning in, and we want your business to show up and be one of the first things they see. So the first section is usually going to be ads. Those are your cost per click ads like this, and local service ads, and they can be really profitable for you guys as long as you have your processes dialed in and you have that good foundation. You're not sending them to just generic website pages, but designated landing pages specific for that ad. Otherwise, if you don't have that, you're going to get a pretty poor ROI. Okay? Now, these next 2 sections are even more important because they get the bulk of the traffic when people are doing these searches. So here, you want your business to show up in the top 3 here. This is the Google Map Pack, and these are Google Business Profiles. So you need your profile to show up in the top 3 because 30% of people search here and don't go anywhere else. They will call these 3 companies. So if you're not up here, you're losing 30% of your monthly revenue and handing those jobs to your competitors. So in order to get here, you need to optimize your profile and add citations, which is simply listing the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories. Directories are things like the Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Glassdoor, Angie's List, House. All of those are great citations, and every citation that you get gives additional information to Google about your business, the services you offer, and where. So those are critical for your business. And then finally, this 3rd section here, this is the most important section. This is your organic section. And this is important because 60 to 70% of all online searchers will skip the ads and the maps up there, and they come right here. So your website needs to show up here for each of your services in the areas that you serve. If you're not here, you're leaving 60 to 70% of your jobs every single month on the table by not being here. And in order to be here, it all comes back to the foundation of this website being properly built and optimized with the right content and keyword strategy, and then supported with your backlink SEO. So this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to tell us how your website is performing. We can see here you guys have a rating of a 12 out of 100 in Google's Trust Flow, which isn't terrible, but also means that Google doesn't really trust your website quite yet. And part of that has to do with the quality of the website, but more so the power you're sending to your website, okay? Like all tools, your website needs power, and we do that with backlinks. We need a lot of backlinks. We need more than our competition, and we need to be sending fresh backlinks every single month. But not all backlinks are good backlinks. They're not created equal. We only want good quality do-follow links that are directly related to your services. You could try and go after Pizza Hut and Burger King because they're high-ranking sites, but you don't serve food. And because of that, even though they're high-quality links, they would be spam for you and actually do more harm than good. So we only want the good quality links. The fact that you have over 500 links and a score of a 12 with only 159 referring domains tells me that at least 3/4 of these are spam. So you need only good quality links, okay? You have an index for over 600 keywords, and you do get 363 people to your website, again, which is good, but when we look at them, it is branded keywords. We have people coming and reading blog articles, and some of the more generic informational keywords in Denver, okay? So again, they're driving traffic, but those informational ones aren't converting traffic. They're finding out about you, and they'll come back later, and maybe they'll hire you, maybe they won't. And then you do have a couple good ones in here, like Water Damage Restoration Denver, where you get about 38 people a month from that one. So the higher you are ranking up towards the top, the higher the percentage of this you're going to get. So 4 is not too bad, but this you're going to get more every month the higher this goes. So definitely working on your content and keyword strategy, both for Denver, but also all the areas you serve are going to help you tremendously, okay? Now, your competitor here, their location is a really low score. It makes sense. No point in paying for SEO when they can't control what's going on. But because the website is so powerful, it's able to pass power to this specific area, which is allowing them to, with only 57 keywords, to get over 700 people to this one small location of Denver. They can only serve so many zip codes, okay? So this is one location that gets this much traffic. And that's because they are ranking in the top spots for all of these money buyer intent keywords, okay? And you can absolutely do the same thing, not just in Denver, but all your service areas. So now if you follow each of these tips that I've just provided you today, you do have the opportunity to be able to dominate in some of those areas and be more competitive, okay? So please feel free to take the information, run with it, apply it yourself, and start today. But if you'd rather focus on what you do best and have a partner in growth, give us a call at Peterson SEO. This is our specialty. We specialize in working with restoration companies just like you. So feel free to ask any questions, reply to my email, give us a call, and we would love to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.